morning and welcome to Cover 2 Cook. We're on episode 138. We have NFL recap as we had Sunday night football and Monday night, great Monday night game. And then we have other news. We got power rankings in there. We got people saying that someone else is going to start. That could be a huge name coming out. And then in college football, we're going to give you the top 10, talk about how some of these teams did after this past weekend, and other news as Mr. Tim Cook might have called a coach getting fired. And I might now have to re-walk back what I said about Oklahoma. So let's get it started.
Yeah. I was going to do a vertical jump there. Thank you, Sox.
Travel been to Indiana, and did Cover 2 Cook get you a good hotel?
Indiana? No, I'm in Louisiana. I'm here for Mardi Gras.
I know that this might be hard, but I don't know how much you remember Friday night since we left you damn near when you fell asleep.
I got my belly full, man. I was like, I warm covers and warm. I was like, I could go to sleep right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jack Dorsey.
Final answer?
Yes. All right.
This is going to be a long fucking day.
All right, welcome back to Cover 2 Cook, episode 138. I'm here with Anthony and Tim. Here we go. After a very busy Saturday and Sunday, we also had an eventful Sunday and Monday night. What was your recap of these games? Tim, start me off.
This was a very sloppy game from both teams. I mean, this was not good. My take, the Chiefs and Mahomes are still struggling. I don't know how they get out of this. If they're waiting for Rashid Rice to come back and save them and Xavier Worthy, I don't know. But he still does not look good. He made a couple passes behind the line of scrimmage to Pacheco. Wasn't even close. And the one play he had to make for the Giants not to get it in the red zone, he had to make because he's throwing the ball. He's sloppy right now. That team is sloppy right now. Reed and Kelsey's now getting into it on the side, which that's kind of a normal. They've done that in the past. I wouldn't get to look into that too hard. But, I mean, it's just, I mean, he had 224 yards passing, no INTs. He did take 2 sacks. And, you know, Chiefs have the Ravens next week. Now, as we found out from last night, one team may be 1-3 going in after next week. Ouch. They're still, I mean, like I said, they're still missing Worthy in that. For the Giants, Wilson's he's done. He's cooked.
Yeah.
I think he could be a good backup, but I don't think he's a starter anymore. I think he's done. After the monster game against Dallas, which now we find out that Dallas defense isn't very good. He came back to reality. He's throwing balls off the uprights into the tunnel. He's throwing them everywhere. He's trying to throw it to neighbors, and it's not even close. I mean, I think he's done. He had 160 yards passing, no touchdowns, 2 picks, 2 interceptions. I don't know. This team is a dumpster fire. I don't know if Jackson Dart is the guy, but you've got to try something because I'm telling you right now, Dable and Shane, I think it's more Dable than Shane, the GM. They're trying to save their jobs right now. I mean, when you got the fans out there saying, fire Dable at the end of the game, bring in Dart, and that's overdoing the Chiefs fans. There was a lot of Chiefs fans at this game. Hey.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. No,
Not
it
good.
definitely was not their best performance. Anthony, what did you think of that game?
Yeah, I think when you look at the Kansas City, this is just not the year. Like, I know we say that, and then they find their stuff. They have also come back to reality. They understand now what it takes to win because they've won it for how long, and they know that this year. I mean, even Travis Kelce, if he's getting it in with Andy Reid, that's when they're like trying to get better, right? That's when that's one of those moments. That's not this year. This is frustration. This is pure frustration coming out of Travis Kelce and obviously Andy Reid. I will say Patrick Mahomes, I know we want to give him shit, but this man has done so much with so little. I mean, he had Tyreek Hill at one point. Like, that's it. He's had Travis Kelce, yeah, but he has never had this Justin Jeffersons, the Jamar Chase. Give him a wide receiver like that, and look what happens. When they had Tyreek, they won Super Bowls. On the other side, the Giants, when it's 4th down, and it's time, you got to throw the ball in the end zone, bud, and you hit it off a goalpost. This was Cam Skatteboo's game. This was one of these things. Tyrone Tracy will talk about injuries, but Cam Skatteboo is a monster. I mean, just the way he runs the ball, things like that. I am excited to see the Jackson Dart. We'll talk about that as well. I'm excited to see what this situation. Malik Neighbors deserves a quarterback that throws the ball up to him, not out of bounds. Throw it up. Don't throw it out of bounds. Or he threw one so short that Malik tried to reach around, and the ball still hit the ground early. Yeah, Russ, I get it. You were great at one point. You're just not anymore.
Yeah, and you had that quick highlight of him looking good last week against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So that might have been the last of it.
Yeah.
Well, it was a mirage. I mean, that was Fugazi.
Yeah.
He came back to reality after this week. He's just not. He's not a starter anymore. He could be a good backup, but he's not it. He's not the guy.
Yeah, but when
Yeah.
you've made that amount of money, why be a backup? Why?
Right.
Like, just be done.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
and that's what you're going to see. He's going to retire at the end of the year, I bet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Anthony, take me into Monday night game. How was the recap?
Yeah, so Monday night, I had to walk back my power rankings. Detroit is not a top 5 team. They can't. They did it against the Bears. They haven't done it against anyone else. Well, they must have heard it because they came out and played hell of a football. Jahmyr Gibbs, Montgomery, that 1-2 punch is exactly what everyone else is trying to do now. You see a lot of teams with the 1-2 punch. Even 49ers went out and got Brian Robinson Jr. while also having Christian McCaffrey. When you look at this game, though, the biggest takeaway I have from it is 3 games, 3 fumbles. Derrick Henry cannot allow that to happen. I mean, what a hell of a play by Hutchinson, but at the same time, it's what lost him against Buffalo. It's what lost him against this game is these fumbles. I know when you have Lamar Jackson, you have this optimal way of being able to do a RPO because they're afraid of the run, but they're also afraid of him taking off running or possibly passing the ball. I think they need to slow it down a little bit. Get back into just running the ball and throwing the ball when you need to. I think they're doing too much. Detroit takes this win, big win. This is a huge win on the road, but it was a great game. Went down to the end last night.
Yeah, it was definitely high scoring. My eye kept dropping down to the second TV instead of what I was actually watching. So that tells you something.
Yeah, should
Tim,
have been
what
on the
was
big
your
screen.
recap of this?
This was a spanking. I mean, the final score doesn't look like that, but this Detroit's 1-2 punch of Gibbs and Montgomery just ran all over that defense. You could tell they were missing their DN. I can't say his name, but Mabuka, whatever his name is, the DN, they're missing him. Van Noy, they're missing him as well. They were both out. Their linebacker, they are missing him big time. I think the biggest deal, the Lions were 8 for 11 on 3rd and 4th down conversions. It seemed like every time they got in the 4th down, they were making it. They were making it every time. I mean, they didn't have to have Amari St. Brown and James Williams. They didn't need them last night. They were just going to pound the ball, keep the ball away from Lamar and Derrick Henry, and just run it and just convert your 3rd and 4th downs. I mean, that was the biggest deal. The Ravens in the end and the red zone, that was the biggest one too. I think that it didn't turn the game, but they could have been tied. They had it in the red zone 4 times. They give the ball to Derrick Henry, 3 of them. Why I'm kind of saying this because I have him in my fantasy. He can't even make 3 yards. 3 yards. That's it. That's all he had to do. And then the 4th down play that Jackson did, they snuffed that out. They knew exactly what he was doing. And then he fumbled it, which wouldn't have mattered anyway. They got the ball back. I think, I think there was 21 but Jackson played good last night. 21 of 27, 288, 3 touchdowns. Campbell did what he needed to do. And I'm going to tell you right now, you know how many points they've scored in the last 2 games? 90. Yep. 90 points. That's a lot of points. I think they had to have a reset, get that first game without the 2 new coordinators, get them kind of into the flow of the game. Of course, they had to play the Packers. But I think they are for real. If they can stay healthy. That's the deal. Last year, they weren't healthy going into the playoffs. You miss Hutchinson. A lot of their defense was out. But if they can stay healthy, they are going to be a very dangerous team to go against come playoff time.
Well, and I guess my other thing, too, is how many times have you seen Derrick Henry stood up? I mean, that when they were in the red zone and they ran the ball with him, he got stood up. Yeah. I mean, that takes all the fear out of it. That's Derrick Henry's MO. Is
Yeah.
that you don't want to get in front of that. You don't want to get in front of that train. But if you're standing them up on the goal line like that, that's a huge play. I definitely agree. When you think about these defense coordinators and offense coordinator leaving, you would think that this team just has to rebuild now. They have to learn a new identity. I think they've found their identity on the offensive side and defensive side. I think their defensive side is saying, come after us and see what happens. You throw the ball on us, you may get some plays, but you are not going to run that ball down our throat. And they did. I mean, they stopped the run with Derrick Henry last night. I know you said it wasn't that close of a game. I thought the score never was accurate, it felt like. That game felt close, even though the
Right.
scoreboard didn't look that way. And
Right.
I will say that's one thing that the Ravens, they have to win these games. When I looked at their schedule when we did that throughout the year, this was a win. And they can't win at home against, yes, a good Detroit team, but you got to win at home.
And that defense right now is struggling. Now, last year they did struggle too. They made some minor changes, moving Kyle Hamilton back to
Yeah.
in the backfield and stuff like that. But they better get her because now they got the Chiefs this week. You're 1-3. That's gonna be. I think they can still win their division because I think their division is. You got Pittsburgh, Cincinnati without Joe Burrow, and Cleveland. I still think they can win the division, but they better get this right. And I think Derrick Henry will get right too. 3 fumbles in 3 games. I think he'll get right. I mean, I think is this just a slow start. I still think they can win the division.
I'll bet you 6 Sodies that they just beat the piss out of Kansas City. I bet that's not even a close game.
Is that Kansas City, ain't it?
I don't care where it's at. I don't care. It could be in my backyard. And I'm telling you right now, I'll bet you 6 Sodies. Because I think this was one of those games where they walked in, thought they were going to win, and they didn't. So we'll talk closer to the.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right.
I'll take it.
Well, to go off of what Tim was saying, we are seeing a lot of injuries, and it just feels like as this is week 3, this is a lot.
Week 4.
Week 4, this is a lot of injuries in the beginning of the season. Typically, you see this as they are, well versed into the season. So let me run through this injury report and let me know which one surprises you guys the most, or if all of them surprise you. Najee Harris has reported a tore Achilles, another one that we've heard plenty of times before. Mike Evans has a hamstring injury. CeeDee Lamb can miss 3 to 4 weeks with an ankle injury. Tyrone Tracy to miss time after dislocating his shoulder. And Nick Bosa has a torn ACL. James Conner out with an ankle situation. Like, it just seems like they're falling apart. Like, I don't understand. I feel like they should be well prepped at the beginning of the season. So you guys tell me, which one of these surprised you the most or is going to impact the game the most?
Yeah, I think when you look at it, like CeeDee Lamb hurts me the worst because of fantasy as my first round pick. But in all reality, James Conner's injury is the worst. When they don't show replays of it on TV and when the crowd goes, oh, you know that this is not going to be a quick turnaround. This is going to be a long term. I'm hoping the best that he gets back on the field. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like one of those situations where it's not just bones. It's not just ligaments. It could be other things as well. So, hopefully he gets back. But that's the one where, whether Arizona was going to do anything this year or not, James Conner's a good guy. I think he fought cancer and came back from cancer. So seeing an injury like this just obviously sucks. But a lot of key players are hurt. Like, you see injuries in football. But when your fantasy is like, oh, shit, in week 4, week 3, you're already starting to go grab because of injuries. Not
Right.
playing Jaden Daniels this week because you're seeing a lot of big names hurt already.
No, I would agree with that because those are typically the names I know. So when I'm hearing these names, I'm like, why are all these people injured? We just started. Tim, what surprised you the most?
This doesn't surprise me, but this doesn't surprise me. The Mike Evans, he is always hurt. Always hurt. And I think that's going to hurt Baker Mayfield because they don't have Godwin. So now you're going to rely, and now you're not going to have Evans. So now you're going to rely on Sterling Shepard and your rookie, Rebecca Ibuka.
He a dog. He a dog,
He is
though.
a dog, but can he do it for 17 games? Because who knows how long Mike Evans is going to be out.
Yeah.
Hamstrings can linger all season long. Now, and Godwin, I don't know when he's coming back. It might be, I think, when it like week 10, possibly. Maybe
Yeah,
not that. Maybe week 5, I think it was. But it's still, that's a long time. I mean, they're going to have to rely on Bucky Irving and White, Rashad White. So I think that hurts Tampa Bay. And they got a big game coming up this weekend, too, I think, as a Philadelphia. So they're going to
Mhm.
need all the horses they can get against that good Philadelphia defense. So I think that's – I wasn't shocked on the Mike Evans one. I'm like, he's always hurt.
Yeah, and it's also said, too, about the Najee Harris as well, just because he came off the offseason getting hurt with a firework, something with the eye or something like that, and then, 3 weeks in, boom, Achilles. He'll be done till next year.
Yeah, and that's detrimental. Like, that's no fun. The recovery on that is never easy to do either. All right, well, that moves us on to the power rankings after this weekend. In our number 1 spot, we have the Buffalo Bills. We have in the number 2 spot, the Philadelphia Eagles. And in third, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. In fourth, we have the Green Bay Packers. And in the 5th spot, Anthony, we have the Detroit Lions. Tim, are you shocked with these? Is this where you thought we would be on week 4?
Yeah, I mean, why Philadelphia is so high? Because of that comeback victory. I think they are resilient. They're the Super Bowl champs.
Mhm.
You got to beat the champ to be the champ, just like Ric Flair would say. So I'm not surprised on that. I mean, I think that the Green Bay one only going down 3 spots. No, you got to beat against a team that's 0-2 and doesn't have any kind of offense, and you only went down 3 spots. I think they should have dropped a little farther.
Who would you put in their place? Or, who would be in the
I think
A
it's
wild
Tampa.
card. Tampa or Indianapolis.
Yes.
Right now they're playing the best at 3-0. You can't take it away
Wow.
from them. Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. Danny Dimes, baby.
All right, Anthony, out of this, who surprised you the most? Or is this what you thought it would look like?
Yeah, so honestly, that was my hot take right there. Indianapolis Colts need to be in the top 5. I think Green Bay should have dropped out. I think Lions should be in the top 3. And whoa, the guy that said they shouldn't even be in the top. After doing that at Baltimore, like,
Right.
I mean, Buffalo barely pulled that out against Baltimore, and I'm pretty sure that was in Buffalo. So if Buffalo's the number 1 team and they can barely beat, I just think they would be higher. Los Angeles Chargers, I definitely agree with. I think they're playing great ball. If you're going to talk about resilience, they came back on Denver to win that game. And Eagles, you can stay there, but I don't think you're going to end up there because the way the Rams played them tight, I just think there's a lot better teams out there than the Rams, and guess we'll see when the year goes on.
Well, it probably doesn't help when their go-to scoring method becomes scrutinized, right? So
Yeah. Well, and the last thing, too, is Green Bay needs to start winning because we just talked up there getting all this free shit, and then they go out and lose. We ain't getting no free shit. So what is up with that?
And you know what I
This
heard?
one.
You know what I heard? There was a small hot dog stand in Chicago that was like, if the Bears win, I'm going to give out free hot dogs. And I was like, and this is the time that I don't live in Illinois. Well, in other news in the NFL, Brian Dabbled, excuse my,
Dable.
I don't know what I'm saying here. So if I'm saying it wrong.
Like cable.
Okay. Brian Dabble declines to confirm that Russell will start. And in turn, Jackson Dart is going to start going forward. So you started talking about him earlier, so it looks like we're going to see more of him next week. Matt LaFleur from the Packers states they need to go 1-0 each week. So from what I understood from that, they want to stop worrying about the full season, focus at one game at a time.
Yep.
And then we have who has been the biggest disappointment this year so far. So I'm guessing before I jump too far ahead, what do you guys think about the Dabble? Do you think that's fair? Do you think Jackson should start? From what you were saying earlier, it kind of sounds like it should. What do you think, Tim?
I think we're not at practice. We don't know. But if he's ready, you got to play him. You've got to play him because Russell Wilson has given you nothing so far this year. That one game, like I said, was fugazi because Dallas defense is terrible. But the other 2 games, he's not giving you anything. He's done. You've got to see. I'm kind of surprised they went to Dart. They must think that Dart is good enough in case Wilson would have got hurt. Because if not, they would have had Winston as the number 2 and Dart as the number 3.
Okay.
So I think Dable must think that he's ready to go. So if he's ready, play him. See what you got in him. I was kind of surprised because I thought maybe if it got to be a blowout, because I don't know who the Giants play this week, But if it got to be a blowout, maybe in the second half you could see all of Jackson Dart just to get his feet wet, because starting and replacing is two totally different deals. I think that's the biggest one.
No, that's fair to say. What do you think, Anthony?
Yeah, I think Jackson Dart's already been in a couple package plays. You've seen him out there. They're kind of just warming him up to go into it. This season's going nowhere, so why not just get the rookie out there? Let him go at it. You're seeing Cam Scatterboo play really well as a rookie. You saw Malik Neighbors play really well as a rookie. So who knows? Who knows? Jackson Dart might come in and play really well. It's a lot different as a quarterback than it is a running back, a wide receiver. But and then I think when you look at this Matt LaFleur 1-0. I think when you're talking about this whole situation going on with Green Bay being like losing to Cleveland, yeah, you had a player talking throughout the week saying, well, it would be nice to go undefeated. Stop. That's on you, coach. So I agree with him coming out saying, we're going 1-0 each week. That's the message. Don't look ahead. Don't look too far. Look for this week. Know who you're playing this week, because I think they came out soft against Cleveland.
Yeah. Tim, what did you think about Matt's comments?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Stop talking about an undefeated season, Micah.
Yeah.
Let's just go one game at a time. One game at a time. Four
One
quarters.
snap at a time.
Exactly. A lot of coaches nowadays, like in the NFL, when they played 16 games, it's all about the first four. That's your first quarter. Next four, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Now that you play 17, you can't really do that. But it's the same scenario. You played the best 4 games. In that time period, you play the best you can in them first 4 games, the second 4, and hopefully you get better as the time goes. Yeah, you need to stop talking, because you're putting so much pressure on the team. You don't need to put that pressure, because you're going to have enough pressure playing in your own conference or in your own division, let alone going undefeated.
Well, and final thing too is you were what, 3-0 or 2-0?
Right.
Like, what the hell are we talking undefeated? Let's get 15 wins in before we start.
Yeah.
Let's 10 wins.
Or 10.
So,
yeah. Let's go double digits.
Yeah, he's kind of sounding more like a fan than he is a player. Like, let's be a little realistic here.
Yeah.
All right, well, then I wanted to propose this question to you guys. With the comments we've had so far, who has been the biggest disappointment this year? Anthony, start me off.
I think it's the Houston Texans. 2 years ago, making the playoffs, making a run that looked like C.J. Stroud was the future of the NFL, to now I don't even know if he's on a team in my fantasy league. Like, because nobody can trust him. C.J. Stroud is taking a step back. At the same time, too, you had Nico Collins. You had these other wide receivers that were huge stars. They can't stay healthy to save their life. I mean, I saw Nico Collins go out for a little bit. I don't know if he's actually still injured or not, but you need them all. You need everyone to get going. They're missing their running attack as well. There was so many times last year where you saw big running games out of the Houston Texans. Defense ain't there as well. That's the biggest disappointment. I think a lot of teams, this team might make a run for the Super Bowl, and now it looks like the Colts. It's that AFC. What is it? AFC North, South, which makes no sense that the Colts are in the South. Yeah. But whatever. Right. AFC South. Every year there's a team that you're like, holy shit, here they come. Like, they were nothing, and that's how it is. It was the Texans last year. The year before it was someone else, and it's the Colts this year.
Okay. All right. Well, Tim, who do you think is the biggest disappointment? Oh,
this team right here. I think it's disappointment. I don't think Bill Nix, through 3 games, he's staying like the same they did last year. Making mistakes. He's still not getting rid of the ball. I seen one play where he's not taking that step forward. And the defense can only do so much. So I think that this team here, they should be 3-0. They really should. Or at least 2-1. The Tennessee game, they could have lost that one. But I know it's early, and this team lost the last 2 games on last-second field goals. But you got a defense that's top 5. You can't shut him down and get the ball back. He's just not taking that step forward yet. And that's disappointing so far. And if they don't, they could be in big trouble.
Yep.
They're already 2 games behind the Chargers, 3 if you count head-to-head competition. That's going to be tough to come back.
Yep.
So.
All right. Well, that's surprising. And that's humble of you to, reflect on your own team.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if my cohort would have done the same thing, but that's okay.
We're not. What are you talking about? We're 2-1.
I know you're not. Yeah, you're 2-1. Yeah.
If anything, I'm feeling good because we had a rookie quarterback, or pretty much a rookie quarterback coming in.
Right.
And he
Right.
ain't even playing, and we still winning. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that moves me on to Thursday night football. We have the Seattle Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals. Tim, do you think this is going to be a good game?
No. No. I don't think so. I mean, if you want to turn it on, that's fine. I mean, you can see Sam Darnold and Kyler Murray. I mean, you're not going to see James Conner. Al Michaels might be see what he could do for parlays on his betting app, because it ain't. I don't think this is going to be a good game.
Sounds like I get to watch something on the big screen, and Anthony gets the small screen.
You didn't ask me what I thought, so I'll answer now. I think this is gonna be a great game. I do actually. I actually
course
legitimately
you do.
think it's gonna be a great game. Here's why. I don't think either team is that good. I don't.
Right.
I think they've played out of their asses recently. When you go and who did the Seahawks play recently? They were up
the Saints.
yeah.
The Saints. Yeah.
They were up like 45-0 at half and stuff like that, right? Sam Darnold
Yeah.
looked great. They also had a kick return or a punt return and stuff
Yeah.
like that. This game is going to be a little bit closer. It's going to come down to the end because both teams are just playing sloppy. Both quarterbacks. Sam Darnold has looked good this year so far, putting the ball on the dime where he needs to and stuff like that. I think the biggest person that needs to stand out in this game, though, when we wake up Friday morning, we're saying, "Woo, this guy's back." And that's Marvin Harrison Jr. Not because of fantasy, but also because he had a big drop last week. He has not got the targets that you expected him to have this year. I think that's the player that we need to be like, oh, yep, remember the name after Thursday night. And because if not, it might be a long year for him.
Okay, so it sounds like that can go on the smaller screen.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that could go. This might be a 12-9 game.
Nope. That's a you need to find something to do kind of thing game.
All right. Well, that wraps up what we have for the NFL. Moving on to college football. Anthony, please give me the new top 10 teams.
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. Starting off right off the bat, Ohio State, the only school out of the top 3 that stayed the same. Ohio State at 1, Miami moving up to 2, Penn State going down a spot to 3, LSU going down a spot to 4, 5 Georgia and 6. 5 Georgia, 6 Oregon. They stayed the same. 7 Oklahoma coming up 4 spots. Florida State going down spot 8. Texas A&M at 9. And Texas at 10, dropping 2 spots. Biggest mover up was Indiana, obviously, moving up 8 spots. The biggest down is Illinois, going down 14 spots. Never love to see the 22 Notre Dame and 23 Illinois because that's the 2 teams you kind of root for around here. So, tough break for that, but that's your top 10 for college football.
Any of them surprise you, or do you think that's accurate?
I think that's accurate. I mean, I think Penn State and LSU going down because of Miami, they're playing good. I mean, I hate to say it. And honestly, it makes Notre Dame look better. More and more they keep winning. At the same time, Texas A&M taking a jump over Texas. Is Texas A&M the best college right now in Texas? That's crazy to think about. Could be. And so I think that's you're a little surprising. Florida State, I think, is also better than being at number 8 as well, too. So watch out for them.
All right, Tim, anything that struck you by surprise?
Not really. I mean, Oklahoma going up 3 spots. I mean, that they deserved it. I mean, that was a hard-fought victory against Auburn. Now, with that quarterback being out, let's see how long they can do it, because I think in 2 weeks they play Texas.
Yep.
So that's going to be a tough one. And their schedule.
Showdown.
And yes, and their schedule, I think 5 of the next 7 or 6 of the last 8 are against ranked teams. Ooh, they could drop really fast, really hard without that John Mateer. I mean, that's going to be the biggest deal. And like you said, Miami deserves to be at number 2. I mean, they've earned it. They beat some good teams. They earned it, so they should be there.
Yeah, but they beat one good school.
Yeah,
Notre Dame. Florida's
right.
not that's not a quality win anymore now. So I mean, when you look at like the Georgias and stuff like that, which Georgia will get a good run for their money this week, but I mean, Penn State and LSU, are we just forgetting that they didn't? You know what I mean? So
right.
I think it's a big jump. They're playing good ball, but it makes Notre Dame look good that they lost to a last-second field goal to a number 2 team.
And we're going to find out how good Penn State is this weekend against Oregon. So
yep.
Absolutely. And that actually then moves me to my other news in college football. Well, I'll start off with this. College Game Day is going to the Big Ten instead of the SEC. They're going to go watch, or they're going to go talk about Oregon versus Penn State instead of Georgia versus Alabama. What are your thoughts on that, Tim?
Now they've picked the best game. You know, we've heard before from Reese Davis, it's not always about the best game or the highest rank. It's about storylines. That's not it. This is about two of the best teams in the Big Ten. I think the storyline is these are the two best teams. I think Ohio State and Penn State, they may be there as well for College Game Day. But this is good for right now, this time of the season. This is the two best teams in the Big Ten right now. So that's why they're going there.
Yeah. Anthony, what were you thinking about this?
Yeah, and I'm going to correct you. I know what you're trying to say, but you're not saying it right. It's the best game coming out of the Big Ten. Ohio State's the best.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, I agree. I laugh at this. I'm laughing. Oh, you SEC fans. Oh, the SEC the best. It's the best. College Game Day don't think so. ESPN don't think so. They're going to see the Big Ten play. What a joke. I think it's hilarious because the storyline is definitely the Georgia-Alabama. I mean, that is cream of the crop. That's the biggest rivalry in the world. No, it's not, obviously, because they'll just take their happy ass to Penn State or Oregon to watch that game. I think it's hilarious. I think it also shows who right now is running college football. It's the Big Ten. It's not the SEC. Think about Texas. That was supposed to be a walk-away year this year. They're going to dominate everyone. Their closest game is going to be the championship. They can't pass a ball down the field with Arch Manning. So I think it's awesome, and I love to see it. I love to see College Game Day there. I bet Big Noon Kick will be there as well.
No, they're in Illinois and USC.
Who gives a shit about that game? So, yeah.
That one doesn't make sense.
It's 21 versus 23.
And they didn't even go to Illinois, Indiana. Nobody was there for that game, which is crazy to think about. But
Yeah,
it wasn't that big of a game at the end.
This just proves what I had to say earlier of like, is this a set schedule or do they kind of make it up as they go? And it sounds like they make it up as they go because they would have gone probably to Georgia, Alabama, but they decided to change their mind. So
I believe that they do have like what they're planning on, and then they can make last second changes.
Yeah.
Which is kind of shitty when you think of like, oh, I'm going to go to the game just to be around College Game Day, and here they pull it the week of, or you know. So.
Yeah, definitely. Well, in other news, I wanted to make sure you guys were aware that Tim called it. Mike Gundy got fired. Wow, are you a fortune teller?
Yeah. I mean, you can't lose to a 1-2 Tulsa team. That's so close. I mean, that's in your state.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't lose to somebody like that. I think his stick is ran its course. They needed a new sound, and he's not. They want to go with somebody else. I think he was there. They said that he was there. He came out of there when he was 30, and now he's 58.
He was there 28 years.
Yes, and he was a player there. He was a quarterback there.
Wow.
So, I mean, he was there a majority of his life. He was there. So I mean, it's a big deal. But yeah, I think it ran its course.
Now, Anthony, let me ask you this question. Well, we are in the middle of the season. What are they going to do without Mike Gundy?
Yeah, I mean, shit, what were they doing with him? I think when you talk about without him, I'm going to repeat, and so they'll go to a offense coordinator, defense coordinator. Someone will be an interim coach. They won't hire someone. They're going to wait to see what candidates come out from the offseason and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'm going to repeat what I said on Sunday's podcast. When you fire a coach, players can leave, can transfer. So when you fire a coach, you are committing to the possibility of losing some of your best talent there as well. Because those players don't know who the hell's getting and you're firing a coach this season, it causes chaos. So just think about how bad you have to be where a college will say, we'll buy you out, see you later, and at the same time, whatever we lose, we lose. We just got to get out of this situation. I think Gundy is actually the most accurate of firings. A lot of times, teams just quickly make decisions. This one was long overdue. I think he could have gone last year. They had high expectations last year. When he made it to this year, you're like, you better win. And then you go the way you do. Yeah, he's gone.
Okay. All right. Well, then, Anthony, I want to pique your ear on this too. Syracuse was fined $25,000 by the ACC for faking injuries versus Clemson. Now, I kind of feel like you have a rant about this, so let me hear it.
No, so I don't have too much of a rant. I did actually rant about it on the last podcast about the quarterback, Klubnik or whatever, coming out and talking about it. I don't think that's for him to say. If that was something that the whole team knew about, obviously enough that the ACC was like, we're going to review it and we're going to fine them, that means it was obvious. I didn't watch this game. But to see that it came out from Cade now being the one that said it, that is going to reflect on him when it comes to draft time. Now, owners will they will get the best player every single time, right? They want to get, but character has a lot to play in this. So when you have this situation happen, Dabo, man up and say it in your press conference and make him not have to say it. He's the one that's going to be worried about his next job. Dabo, you're over here. You got the head coaching job. You're good. You're going to stay at Clemson as long as you win. This guy's going to have to try to make it in the NFL, and you're putting the pressure on him to be the one that makes this comment. At the same time, too, 25,000 ain't shit. I don't care if it's Syracuse. I don't care if it's Illinois. I don't care who it is. 25,000 ain't shit. I'll take a win every week, and I'll give you $25,000.
All right, Tim, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is, how does the ACC know that they were faking injuries? You can look at film all you like. How can you? They do it every time in the NFL to slow the team down. Oh, look, I got a hammy. Oh, I'm cramping up. I got something going on. Blah, 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 blah. How can you prove this? How can you prove that Syracuse was faking injuries? How can you? You can look at all the tape you want. You can ask the players. The players, you know what? They're going to lie. Yeah, I was hurt. I don't know how the ACC can get away with that. How they can find a team for faking injuries. If you're going to do that, you better look at the NFL too, my friend, because they do the shit all the time to slow people down, to slow the momentum down. You can't. I heard this and I'm like, are you kidding me? I would fight this.
Yeah.
There's no way you can prove this.
It's a part of strategy. Like it really is.
It is.
It's like going to the mound when a pitcher needs to take a second to do it. It's when you throw the ball over to first base. See, I'm talking baseball and I don't even know what. But you do a pickoff just to slow down the game a little bit. It happens in every sport. Like
Basketball.
They roll the ball up to slow it down for a second to understand. And that's where, in this situation, I will say it has to be pretty telling. I mean, we're talking a player laying on the ground for a little bit and then running off the field. Like it has to be aggressive for them to be like, we're gonna find you.
I think this is a Clemson deal. I think Dabo must have put some kind of pressure on the ACC people and said, "You look at the, kind of like in casino when it said, hey, has this person ever had a casino license? You maybe better look into this." I think his hands are all over this thing, big time. And I don't agree with it. You lost, buddy. Sometimes you lose. Okay, don't be a poor sport because you lose.
Yeah,
I kind of went on a rant. That was my rant for the day. I mean, I couldn't believe this.
I was just gonna say, I think I got my wires crossed. I think it was actually Tim's rant more than Anthony.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, the last thing I wanted to send you guys off with and get your opinions on is this breaking news that just came out that John Matier is needing to have hand surgery on his throwing hand. This is going to be a huge impact. Tim, what's going to happen?
I think they're going to struggle. I don't know if they'll even make the college playoffs now.
Yeah.
This is a big injury. They've, like what we've said in the previous, their schedule it's a gauntlet going forward after this week. It's a gauntlet. And I don't know if they could survive because you don't know when this kid's coming back. They said hopefully this season. When is that? When you're got 4 losses and you're out of the play? I mean, this stinks because I think they had actually a chance, at least for the playoffs, maybe make it to the semifinals.
Anthony, do they have a chance of bouncing back and maintaining this?
No, and it sucks because I went on Sunday saying that they're the best team in the SEC outside of LSU. I didn't obviously know this, but at the same time, like this definitely puts them out. I mean, Georgia now looks better. Texas even looks better. Alabama looks better now because of this situation. What helped with Oklahoma is having a quarterback that knew how to control the clock with controlling the situation and having a great defense. Now you're going to a second backup quarterback. And obviously, Matt Tier came there because whoever they had couldn't win the starting position. So now you're taking a step back. Sucks. I thought we were going to have a great Oklahoma team going throughout the year. I will say they're going to win some games, but they're going to lose some games now.
Yeah.
Now, how old was he? Was he a sophomore, junior?
I think
I
he's
don't
like fifth year, right? He's been
Oh.
playing for a while.
He might be 31.
Yeah.
It might be.
He might be.
Okay. So this is going to lead him into whether he has an NFL career or not, basically.
Well, and who knows? I mean, the way they fight these things these days on how long they can stay in college. I mean, that Vanderbilt quarterback, he's like 28 years old. Like, he's old. He's old as shit.
Right.
Like, but he finds a way to get another 6 year. Yeah. So, but COVID's out now, so there's no more COVID people. So,
Yep.
Good to know.
all right. Well, that is episode 138. We talked NFL and college football. We will be coming back on Friday, recording Thursday night. So we're not going to see that. We're not going to talk about that Thursday night game until Sunday. But that's okay, because guess what? We have great, and I mean great, games of college football on Saturday. Great NFL games with the Brighter Cup this weekend. If you have a reason to sit on a couch this weekend, it is this weekend. It is going to be great games. We're going to talk about the must-watch games of college football, must-watch games of NFL. We're going to give Tim's best bets. 4-0 this week. I'm going to say, don't say it. You're going to jinx yourself.
Nope.
We're going 4-0 this week on this for the bets. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we get Elisa's lessons. But you got to tune in on Friday to see what we're going to talk about. If you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, YouTube. We're on all of them. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great week, and we'll see you on Friday.